I did not want to be a comedian. That was not.
What?
That
What?
was not on my radar. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a singer. I'm gonna.
How do you not want to be a
I
comedian?
knew
That's
I
like
was-
me saying I don't want to talk.
But I
But I have somebody that I'm close to that's like 20, early 20s, right? Me and him having a conversation, I absolutely don't know what he talking about. He talking about Riz and
yeah, I don't either.
and all of that. And I'm like, right over my head. Like, how much does this cost? Where can I get my knees cracking?
I don't really.
like,
Yeah, I don't really get the language of my generation too much because I don't watch the Zeus Network. I don't.
Do you watch Tubi?
No, I don't watch TV that much at all. I be reading my books.
The irony is, so I've talked to a whole bunch of people on the show, and the people that are the most successful in creating content, especially, don't be consuming content.
I can't. It's too much. It's like my name is Lavelle TV.
Yes.
I'm the TV.
Yes, you
And
are.
I have a lot of like fun posting and creating the content, but it's also kind of draining. So I done thought it out, wrote it out, made a video, edited it, posted it. That's my whole day. I'm not finna sit back and scroll on nothing.
You and the reason I brought that up though is because it takes a lot more than just being Instagram savvy to be Instagram savvy. Like every person that I can think of that is really, really good at creating content is reading, and they are, researching and all the things that nobody sees to make all of these things happen, even if it's intended to be funny at the end of it.
But I don't know if I'm like super savvy. I think
You got to be savvy to become everything you are.
I'm
You are
consistent.
savvy. You are consistent
Very
too,
consistent.
but
Even- I
but
post-
consistency has made you pretty savvy.
I don't know because I feel like now people are used to my personality. When I
Mhm.
first was like going viral, I was like, "Oh, I'm finna post." Like I was posting a lot, and I was laying the jokes on thick. I'm like, "Oh, all these videos have to be so funny." But I think just as long as like I'm staying consistent and I just like show my creativity, like that's what keeps people like engaged because it's not really one note. Like I can like really switch things up, and for one day I'm in the bed reading the email, the next day I'm a drag.
Yes.
Yeah,
The next day you on the podcast.
exactly.
Your life got to be lit though. Do you feel that?
I be chilling.
Does it feel okay, compared to this time 2020, does your life feel lit now?
This time last year, I think was when I first started stand up around this time because I did stand up with B Simone. She
Mhm.
told me to open up for her. Well, she asked me to.
That's
I-
got to
okay,
be a big
that-
deal after that.
That made I cried. I don't think I ever told her that. I cried because the experience, it happened so fast. Like it just went from like her DMing me laughing at one of my videos. Then I was like, "Oh, can I video chat you?" Because I used to watch her YouTube a lot. And
Yes.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I resonate with her so much." And she was like, "Here's my number." So we FaceTime and we was talking, and I just didn't want to get off the phone. And I kept laughing, like I kept telling jokes for her not to hang up. And then it was like 2:00. She was like, "I gotta go," but she had already asked me to open up for her, and I told her no. I was like, "No, I did not want to be a comedian. That was not
What?
that
What?
was not on my radar." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be a singer. I'm gonna."
How do you not want to be a
I
comedian?
knew
That's
I
like
was-
me saying I don't want to talk.
But I knew I was funny, but I never thought about like, oh, I could do comedy on stage. Like I never thought about that. It never just came across my mind
So what made it?
when I did it. And then I did it.
That's got to be the most. I don't know if it's fucked up because you just make it seem so simple. Like, oh, I did it. So
No, but I
now I'm a
mean-
comedian.
I did used to do a lot of stuff like in school. Like I was
Yeah.
singing and I was in talent shows and in pageants. I was a class president. I wrote a play in 11th grade. So being on the stage wasn't different, but I was also in the military for so long that I realized that I missed performing. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like when I did it with her, because it was 2 shows for 2 nights. So the Friday we did 2 shows, Saturday we did 2 shows, and then the Sunday I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not performing after this. And my friend called me. She was like, how do you feel? And I started crying because I met, that was the first celebrity I ever met, and she gave me an opportunity, and I like performed, like I overcame like, you know, a fear, and I did it so fast, like writing out the stand-up set that I came up with. It was crazy.
You know the best part about that whole story is the things that B Simone did for you.
Right, a tissue. A tissue.
Tissue
My nose running.
is a paper towel. We got
Same
tissue. in the
thing.
bathroom.
Same thing.
But the interesting
Thank you.
thing is that how you can B Simone encourage you to step outside your comfort zone that you are, and now you're a comedian. You've done that for me in this conversation.
What did I do?
I would the aha moment that came for me is when you said dreams. When you talked about dreams
Yeah.
and the difference between dreams and goals, and being able to move in the direction of what I am pursuing. Manifesting isn't enough without faith. Without works is dead.
Literally. And you have to take risk. I feel like a lot of people are so like you have to do something. Sometimes you got to do stuff blindly. I signed up to leave the active duty military and switch to the guard before you knew who I was. I was like, I know that my time active duty is over. And if I had more time to focus on social media, I would be viral. And that was like November of 2022.
What did that knowing feel like though?
I knew. It was
like what did it feel like in your gut?
It was the same feeling I got when I told you, like when I was crying and I got the revelation. Like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I realized at that moment why God put me in the military.